Hey everyone, I'm Matt. I'm a solution engineer here at Bobsled. And a question we're getting more and more every day is why are teams choosing to build their agentic data analytics with Bobsled versus a platform like Snowflake or Databricks? And that's a great question. And honestly, we love those platforms. Snowflake and Databricks are best in class at managing cloud data warehouses. But when it comes to agentic analytics specifically, our thesis is simple. It's not just about the LLM, it's about the context management and evolution. So here's how Bobsled is approaching this and where we see our tools adding value on top of platforms like Snowflake and Databricks. So what you're going to look at here is the context layer or the semantic model for a AI data product built on top of TPC-H benchmark. And this probably looks quite familiar. We've got a context agent over here that helps guide and build different elements of the semantic model. That is, the data dictionaries defined in YAML, the relationships, metrics, and verified queries, also YAML syntax. We've also got a documents repository here where PDFs, Markdown, text, CSV, links, and other sorts of free text can be pasted in and become part of the context layer. But none of this is a differentiator yet. A lot of platforms can bootstrap you from 0 to 80%, 90% pretty quickly. It's what happens after you click this deploy button and once users start using the app where things get interesting. So let's see what Bobsled is doing differently. Here's a question, show me revenue over time. And we can see we get a nice response. We have data from 1992 to 1998. Great. But I might just want to see the last 12 months when I'm asking for revenue. So I'll give some feedback. And I'll submit this feedback. Again, this is a flow that exists with other platforms, but what happens behind the scenes now is different. In other platforms, this is tracked on some monitoring tab with a little notification somewhere, and someone has to go find it. Someone has to then do some stuff with it manually, whether it's updating a semantic view, an agent definition. With Bobsled, there's a dedicated feedback tab. We refresh, we can see that we've got our feedback here, and we can view details like which thread it was in, which data product it was in, and what the feedback was. But the powerful thing here is that you can immediately convert this to a learning. And what a learning is now a data product wide adjustment to the context and the semantic layer. And this is how Bobsled is building an AI data agent platform that allows your context to grow and evolve simply with user usage. We can see now we have a learning. This learning has been applied with everybody. So let's try ask that question again. Show me revenue over time. So as the system starts processing this question, and I expand the breadcrumb trail, I can see here that it even picks up on the learning we've just recently submitted. This is fantastic because it's showing a live evolution, a change to this context layer that's present minutes after the feedback was given with a simple button click from an administrator on the back end. So this is an example of a user-driven feedback point. But what Bobsled is doing gets even more interesting. In the background, we've configured a number of agents to continuously run either on a manual schedule or a cadenced schedule. They'll review our SQL usage, review all the SQL queries running in the background, make sure that all the joins look good, all the data types look good, all the filtering is good. We can apply learnings directly to the semantic model. We can check for schema changes with our underlying data to make sure that things are still aligned with our data dictionaries, our relationships, etc. And these are always pushing recommendations through for how we can improve and enhance our context layer. If I drill into just SQL usage for our TPC-H benchmark data product here, I can see a number of learnings that are all just coming out from the background agent reviewing the SQL that is run against our system and suggesting improvements. So why is this important? Well, this is important because context drift is a real thing. Context drift is where users start to lose trust and lose faith in these types of applications. If we can't continuously and dynamically keep up with data changes, with user preference changes, with use case definitions and metric definitions, then these applications become unusable. How do we close that gap from 80% to 100%? That's the gap Bobsled is trying to fill. And through things like feedback loops from agent analyses and background agents, closing that gap from 80% to 100% just became a whole lot simpler, more manageable with a platform like Bobsled AI.